So America slapped a bunch of armor on the Sherman tank, on the A3 Sherman tank, and called it the Jumbo Sherman. And then the Soviets have the T-34 AE SDZ, which is basically a Jumbo T-34. So I was wondering, is there a Jumbo Panzer IV? Unfortunately, the answer is no. But that's okay, because Germany made the Jumbo Tiger. Tired of YouTubers telling you to angle your Tiger? Well, here in War Thunder, for the price of $25 of your life savings, you can buy a Tiger that you don't have to angle. The Jumbo Tiger. Hey guys, it's Jim here, welcome back to War Thunder. And in today's video, we are checking out a tank that I've been eyeing for quite a bit, and I was waiting for the premium sale to drop. This is the Tiger Porsche, which is a prototype Tiger that never made it into mass production stage due to reliability issues. Yeah, but thankfully though, in video games, reliability does not exist. So, we ended up having a tank that is actually pretty strong. And very strong it is. Because you see, I do not call this thing a Jumbo Tiger without a reason. You know why? Like the Jumbo Sherman, this Tiger has additional armor. Let me show you. Now for the Tiger P, like the Tiger 1, you have a 102mm plate right here. But since I described this as like the Jumbo Sherman, you have 102mm of armor right here sitting underneath another 102mm of armor. Yeah, 204mm of armor and battle rating 5.7. Not a lot of guns can actually even penetrate 204mm of armor. You know, the M4A376, the M36, 90mm, even the Pershing can't even penetrate this. The Soviet 85mm can't even penetrate this. The British 17-pounder with ABC, BC cannot penetrate this. Like, even the French M4A4 ASC50 can't even penetrate this. I mean, hell, even the IS-2, the 122mm cannon. Sure, you can penetrate 205mm, but that's like point blank. Like, if you're literally 1 meter too far away, this shot is not even gonna penetrate the upper front plate. That's how strong the armor really is, and to top it off, there's also some really weird areas like the driver viewport with 40mm sitting on top of the 204, as well as the machine gun port with 26 sitting on top of the 204. Now something to keep in mind is that players in the know will know how to deal with you. For one is that they can shoot this, which isn't really a foam ball which is very awkwardly angled or awkwardly thick in any way, so it's only 100mm to go through, so players in the know will definitely shoot this. But the good news is that this can be easily remedied by putting like a jerry can or some bushes on top of it. Then you might be thinking, should we just angle this thing in order to make it a little bit stronger? This is the part where I tell you that this tank is not something I would angle with, and the reason is because of this. Again with the corner wedges, why? Why with the corner wedges? Just why? So yeah, angling in this thing is really not a good idea, especially when you come across players who can immediately identify you. So one thing you can do is to try to hide your corners, so that when players come across you, they will see you like, oh, you are not angled? Oh, there's a very juicy Tiger one that I can kill. Oh. So yeah, which is what I did for this video, and if you're gonna bitch about me using bushes, well, here's a newsflash for you. I grinded my ass off in the battle pass to get those bushes. So yes, you are damn right I'm going to use them. And then moving up, we have the turret armor, and lo and behold, players who's been complaining about the Tiger being so weak, Gaijin has listened to your prayers, and they decided to make this thing variable thickness. I said it before and I say it again, variable thickness armor is the most broken thing I've ever seen in War Thunder. You know why? This is supposed to be 120 millimeters of armor, and then the next thing you know, you're looking at 200 millimeters, 140, only around 50, 60 millimeters right here, but it's sitting on top of. So yeah, nothing is getting through this. As long as you keep getting a turret or you keep moving your tank, they're not gonna penetrate this anytime soon, unless of course they get lucky. Now the next weak spot you need to be careful of is this, your commander edge. Players in the know who has dealt with Tiger H1s or basically anybody who knows about the Tiger Porsche can easily shoot this, especially if they have explosive filler in their armor piercing round. So of course with all this strong armor, there are a few things you need to keep in mind of. USA with the Walker Bulldog APDS can actually punch through this thing. The Soviet 100mm can actually punch through this thing as well. The British 17-pounder APDS can easily punch through this. As well as the Jumbo Sherman, the 75mm kind. And does that surprise you? Well, let me show you why. You see, when players are playing the Jumbo 75, they know that even with the regular Tiger, they're not going to be able to penetrate the upper front plate as easily. So what they'll do is they'll go after the weak spots, which is the barrel, the tracks, and of course the commander hatch. Just like the Porsche Tiger as I just mentioned. Barrel, tracks, and commander hatch. So be very careful when you see a Jumbo 75. So of course, armor aside, how's the mobility on this thing? Well, you guessed it, it's very slow. And why? I'm not sure if this is actually accurate, but these are two Panzer IV engines powering this thing. And if this is actually accurate, that pretty much explains why this thing has reliability issues. I mean, just one of these engines is already having difficulty powering the Panzer IV-H. You can imagine if two of them are trying to power something as heavy as this. But anyway, the good news is that the reverse gear on this thing is absolutely ridiculous. Because it has the electrical transmission. Going backwards is nearly as fast as going forwards. And then moving on, the firepower of this thing, this is the 88mm KWK 36 cannon, the same gun you will find on the Tiger H1, Tiger E variants. And with the Tiger 88 goes, this is a shell that will be firing the armor piercing cap ballistic cap shell, and that pans up to 165mm of armor with 64 grams of explosive mass. Now, in case you're wondering, why not use the upgraded shell, the same armor piercing cap ballistic cap shell that sacrifices some of the armor penetration for explosive mass? The reason is because, even though this thing is at 5.7, I suspect it's because it's rank 4, and because of that, this tank does have a nasty tendency to get up-tiered, so that's something you need to be careful of. So my recommendation is just use the high pen round. And of course, you only have one machine gun, the MG34 up here, that's at the mercy of the entire turret, so you might want to bring a few high explosive. Otherwise, the other aspects of the gun, you can carry up to 80 rounds of ammunition. I'd say maybe bring 40, 45 or so, maybe less if you like. Reload rate 8 seconds. Now, granted I am running Expert Crew 1 with maxed out weapon reloading and leadership skill, but unfortunately the stock reload on this thing is about 9.5 seconds, which is actually kinda long, unfortunately. Anyway, vertical guidance, negative 8 gun depression, which is not bad. I mean, not the average of negative 10 gun depression, but it's not too bad. Targeting speed, 7.1 degrees a second. This is something you need to be careful of because it does actually feel a little bit sluggish when you're trying to turn the turret, and at times you wish it's a little bit faster. But hey, the good news is that since I'm not angling this thing, that's not really a big deal for me. But yeah, that's something you need to keep in mind sometimes. No gun stabilizer, but considering how slow this thing is, it doesn't really matter. Strong armor, strong gun. How is this thing at 5.7 when the Jumbo 76 is at 6.3? Oh wait. Anyway, so this is the Tiger Porsche. You have a really strong armor and a really strong firepower that you're bringing at the same battle rating as the Tiger E. Oh dear. But anyway, that's all I gotta say about the tank. Now let's take this thing into battle and let's make people pull out their hairs, shall we? Listen buddy, I know you're not the one who kept.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
Is he even that big? I think he is. Bro, chew into smoke. into reverse gear and really awkward. Really awkward step. Did you just leave your friend out to dry? There's a jumbo. 76. Wonder if I can make that. Yay! You see that, guys? You see that? That's how you take out a jumbo. Oh, Tiger E, what are you doing?
Just keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Feindfahrzeug zerstört.
You're not somebody I want to mess with. I kinda wish you hadn't done that, buddy. Is that a teammate?
We are moving.
And then ISU 122, IS2. That's also a jumbo. 109.
Attention to the designated grid zone!
I hit a double here. That M18 is not who I'm worried about, bro. Oh dear, I'm dead.
Thank you very much.
I should be able to boss them, yes, but not at this range. I'm dead. Alright then. Yeah. Damn it.
Forces have captured a zone.
Yeah, there's too many dinkers. Oh no, you have gotten me. Was the mail still there?
Attention to the map.
Yeah, they're all passing because of all the thing, guys. So this tiger's watching this way, so I'm back to my usual area. Hi. I'm so sorry, buddy. Buddy? Yeah. Oh dear. He found my machine gun port.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Yeah, he shot my machine. My commander hatch. That's okay now. I ran out of ammo anyway.
For mercy.
do the final blow. Oh, you're the M6 variant, not the T1.
Repairing! Need backup.
Nächstes Ziel. Getroffen.
Ay, ay, ay.
Attention to the designated grid square. Yes.
Okay, no breach, so should be out of the fight for a while.
We're ahead of the enemy.
Wonder what kind of tiger am I? Didn't you? Hmm?
Attention to the designated grid zone.
Affirmative.
Cover me! Attention to the map. Need cover. Attention to the map. Thank you.
Ah, bugger. I got 2, you have to help him. I can't turn for shit in this thing. I'm so sorry, buddy. easy AFK or something. Where my sneaker line, buddy?